accident. I forgot to set up the music. Well, that's always a thing. I always forget one thing. Like, there's always one thing that I forget. And this time it's music, so... Alright. While I set up the music, how are you guys doing today? Because... This is probably going to be way too loud, or I'm going to have advertisements. So, that should... Well, it's actually a little bit loud probably on your guys' end. So that should be it. There you go. But how are you guys doing? So yes, today we're going to build just some more buildings for the suburbs of Kayan al-Bashar. We have... Well, I built 4 on stream, and this one I built in a weird morning fever dream. So I don't know why there's a puff of smoke there, but... Yep. We will just be moving on. Do I still have the right reference thing up? Because... Nope, that's the wrong one. There is the right one. Alright, the music is too loud on my end. Then let's make it a little bit louder on your guys' end. Nope, damn it. So. I want to build like maybe a blacksmith or something, but I don't know how to make that really work in a style like this. Because a blacksmith is usually more on the outside. Because you're working with hot metals and open fire usually. Don't really want that in a city that's, or at least part of the city that's mostly woods. Just going to... Nah. These are all colors from Valhalla. Alright, that's great. Let's make it a little bit redder. One second again. Like sometimes one time I will get how to do all of this. Or at least one day I will have a stream where I don't have issues right at the start. It's too light. Yeah, it's a little bit too light. That should be the right color. Then it's 3 of those. Want to add a small tower here that's not that extended. Nope. Give me only that piece. This tower needs to be tall, though. Kayan al-Bashar really is going to have some really tall buildings. And then this, but instead of having those, where is it? There it is. Those two, and then is this going to kill my frame rate? Yes. It's all for that. Because this is supposed to be like the suburbs, it's supposed to be a little bit poorer. It won't. Damn it! Sometimes I have literally no idea of like why isn't it selecting what I want. Now I need to delete. Well, actually I don't have. Yeah, I do need to well, not delete, I need to just move it. I'm going to get a very square-ish building now. I'm looking at the wrong place. These ones. Then with this. I think this tower needs to be bigger, because it's just being dwarfed right now by the sheer wall that's next to it. So but I think that's again too large. So maybe it's not that I need to make the tower larger, but just that I need to move it a little bit more forward. We're eventually going to make this work. Man. It's fun that the game doesn't really know anymore what to do with this, because there's so many anchor points. That's just like, no, don't, no. I want to use this one, but I don't think I can. Let's see if I can. If I can use this window, then I'm very happy, but it's also very likely that I can't. I think I can use the window. That's not that one. The same here. Nope. Oops. Well, I don't think that wasn't the idea. Um, and then smaller windows on the sides, I think. Or at least I think that's the best way to go about this. Should I use the doors? That's... I don't think anybody uses as a door, but Frontier thinks it's a door, so it's a weird situation. Like, I've never used these things as doors. But Frontier says that they are supposedly doors. Nah. Don't think I will ever use them as doors, though. Then some plaster. Mm-hmm. 1 second. Then it's these ones holding up the beams. Alright, don't know what the camera wanted to do there, but it was something. Then I think it would be overkill if I use this. Or would it be like just the right amount of overkill? Let's just see. But in a way, this is tying a lot of architecture styles in Kayan al-Bashar together a bit. Yeah, I think I will just have that. And it does work, because a person from like the wealthier area of Kayan al-Bashar would not be one to find dead in this place. Oh wait, I might want to use that for the back. So where is it? Where is that one piece? There it is. After finding this piece, I stopped basically building my own floors. Or at least if I needed something with like the appearance of wooden beams, I just started using this because it already has it. Work smarter, not harder. They might have like a little bit of stone here underneath it. I'm going too far again. Because it's a tower. It needs to be supported by more than just woods. Even though I would like the woods, there needs to be a little bit more than that. Because otherwise it's just going to crack down and fall. And I don't think it's... yeah, they wouldn't allow a building to fall apart in Kayan. Like, there's some laws in place. That's not what I want. That's... It's not many. Well, actually, I think al-Bashar would be like the most... maybe not most civilized place. But it probably would have like a very good bureaucracy or something. I mean, these buildings look a little bit planned out. Which is usually the sign that there's somebody in charge of things. And need that pillar. So actually, let's make this entire building, because we so far had in a way quite small buildings. And it's again on 0. Zero height is just... it's almost impossible to work with, because it's just like... it just doesn't work. If anyone here can build with 0 height or 0 grid height, I commend you, because I can't. Like, it's just... no, I need a little bit. Like, not too much, but... it's just a piece that's... no. It's just one of those pieces that you almost can't grab. We all love those pieces. Gonna move that one, don't know why, because you're not seeing it, but gives me peace of mind, so we're going to do it. That one. Should I just get the smaller windows? Yep, smaller windows it is. I wanted to try something, didn't work. Damn it. There. Now all we need is some of that. Are all of you guys lurking, or have I broken the chat again? Because I'm having the... Wait. I don't need to have those there because you can't see it, because it's not... Like, this isn't the corner building. Like, the last time it was this quiet was when YouTube broke my chats. And I'd rather not go through that awkwardness again. Let's see. Because there's an easy way to check. I mean, I don't mind it if you guys are here just lurking, but it's... Yep. I love it when YouTube breaks the chats. Like, there's nothing visible on my side, but I have to go into my own stream just to see what you guys are saying. I was like, this is too quiet, like... Hey Chris, hey Beatrice, and hey Inspector. Why does it... Because, like, the worst thing is, like, if I call it out, but it's actually just people are just lurking, then it looks really awkward. But because I had the experience that the chat was broken, I had to call it out. Ouch. Are you gonna name the suburban neighborhoods? I don't know. Can we just call this building Bane? Why does YouTube do this? Hang on, I'm going to swap into a corner for a bit. Because again, it's like, it's the kind of an awkward situation, because well, how do we move on from this? Answer, we don't. We go into a little corner and start crying. And I know it's probably a YouTube problem, and so like some people are then saying like, oh, you should do it stream on Twitch, because Twitch is a lot more, you know, it's more fleshed out than YouTube is, but this sometimes makes me want to just start streaming on Twitch instead. I want to make this one a little bit skinnier than all the other buildings. And I'm going to say this a million times, but it's just awkward to ask, like, oh, can one of you guys type something in the chat so that I know the chat works? And but then it also feels like, ouch. Sometimes I hate YouTube, sometimes I love it, but would there be redlining in Kayan al-Bashar? I might be a little bit dumb, but what's redlining? So I now just think of like bureaucratic, like all of the like administration things, which is probably not what you are referring to, Inspector. That's the Minecraft villager noises haven't come out yet, but I'm close to it. Yeah. So is this okay? So redlining is the systematic denial of various services or goods by federal government. Brain, work with me. Redlining is the systematic denial of various services or goods by federal government agencies, local governments, or the private sector, either directly or through the selective raising of prices. You would think that because I took basically took like economics and actually also business thing, what's called like business class throughout high school, that I would recognize those terms. High school is just a blur, but then it's also like you're going through puberty in high school. You want it to be a blur. Again, so happy that I never started YouTube when I was like 16 or something like that, because the world isn't ready for a squeaky Poisonblade. I don't think redlining due to the enormous inequality. Well, it's mostly like, yes, there is inequality, but it's wealth based. Like, I'm actually writing I have thought of a story of like basically an orphan who is now like one of the most powerful people in Kayan al-Bashar. Like, she started out with nothing, but she was able to make something of herself because she knew how to play the game very well. And now everybody takes her serious because she just, like, yes, there's a class divide, but it's not so that like if you're born somewhere, if you're like born in the streets, that you're just going to end up living in the streets forever. Like, there is the possibility of like growing or like social upward mobility. How is it that I remember that term, but all of the other terms, no? Again, high school. Like, that's the best way to describe high school. It's just like, I don't remember anything. Except for the weird times where I do remember something, and it's usually not the good things, it's usually just puberty. That's great. Well, Inspector, have you played Dragon Age Inquisition? Because then I can very easily tell you that Kayan al-Bashar is not a utopia. And because Kayan al-Bashar, the more I look at it, the more I realize that it's practically the same as it's a French name, so I'm going to butcher it, but Orlais. Or less, or lay. That place. Yeah, I'm aware of the lorry roads. Okay. I'm still looking for a name for that woman that I just described. And I'm thinking of Artemisia, because Kayan al-Bashar is... It has Arabian influence, but also very strong Greek influence. So... I really like this building. Like, it's definitely like... I've forgotten to hit record, so I'm just going to quickly save. We're not going into Kayan al-Bashar itself. I hope I didn't save it on like a... I have a pause menu, right? Yes. 1 second, guys. Well, here's the thing. I basically use influence for basically around the world, or at least mostly around Europe. Because, alright, I can just quickly blueprint this and then we're going back. Alright, and now we go... Wait. Let's first check if it actually blueprinted it correctly. Yep. There. Now I can turn the pause thing off because... So... But... I love how my icon and name is just dominating the chat at the moment. Yeah, Beatrice is doing her homework, so she is lurking, and Lena always comes in a little bit later. Croc comes around also usually later, so right now you have the chat to yourself for a bit. Still, in the YouTube thing that I see, there's no chat at all. But I actually don't really like Egyptian style. Like, Egyptian pantheon. Always nice to remember that Poison is building in a zoo game. I am. But anyway, so this is lower class buildings or just lower economic. This is suburbs. This is how a building looks in the center of town. You can really clearly see which one is better. I heard my name? Yes. Inspector was getting a little bit too happy with being the only one in chat. We needed to knock him down. Also, Inspector, think of frozen ballsack. There you are. Sorry, I'm working on a map for Ark. No problem, Beatrice. Chris. But you can really clearly see. This is inner city, this is... Well, this is wealthier. This isn't. And so this building actually can probably work a lot better in the inner city. There's more buildings that I didn't show you guys before. I also gave them green roofs because I wanted to. Like, the city is going to be very stony, so... Hey Isla, and hey Chase. Chase, Murray, Weikert, Shriver, Kitzmiller, Dolan. One day I will say that at once. Now delete this building again, because we're not building the inner city. But yeah, that's basically what happens when Poisonblade is in emotional turmoil. Because I've built a lot of buildings when I had that like family news pop up. Poison reading long names. Hey Chase. Hey, it's at least not villager or Minecraft villager noises. I was actually thinking as well. Maybe, like, I know that you guys are probably being blasted to death with it, but to maybe stream some Valheim as well. Because, I mean, in Valheim I'm also mostly just building. No, I actually like it without that. I like just this clean thing. Also, how am I going to make this into... Nice to see I'm not the only one shading into nothing. I mean, I can temporarily ban everyone. Then you are chatting into the nothing for a bit. I'm going to look at my reference. First thing I heard was frozen ballsack. Well, that's a Poisonblade stream. You're going to hear some weird things occasionally. Again, like, here's the thing. I have like a... Was it a preview thing for the streams? And there is a chat in there, or there's supposed to be a chat in there, but there's nothing there. What's Valheim about? I see everyone is playing it, but I don't know, besides it's about Vikings. It's kind of like Ark, but then with a Viking setting. So you can build bases and everything, you need to survive, you need to eat, and all of that. But then instead of like a futuristic or medieval setting, it's a Viking setting. Although Vikings are in a way medieval. You know, no, wait. Usually with these things, I probably am... You're probably not going to really see the back, so I don't need to make a special back. But yeah, you might have seen my base on like the streams of Drew or Aston. I might actually think of like setting up my own server. Vikings are very popular at the moment. Yeah, and Valheim just literally just... That game blew up when nobody expected it to. Like, I don't think anyone... When it... I don't think even the dev team, like, nobody expected that game to blow up the way it did. I want to... I'm just seeing if I can... This would be perfect. Hang on a second. Yeah, now and then you get a Viking resurgence. Well, England is not going to like that. Yeah, it's kind of like Among Us. It's kind of weird because Among Us, I haven't heard of it lately that much. I mean, Among Us luckily didn't have like the same thing as with, what is it? There was this other game that blew up for like a few days, a week or something, and then was just completely pummeled by Among Us. Was it pummeled? I don't know. There was this game which you looked like a bean. Like, I always feel kind of sad for that game because it was so just like... It was basically the trending thing at the moment, and then Among Us came around, which just completely annihilated it. Like, nobody cares about the other game anymore. So, or at least for a long time, it was just like Among Us, Among Us, Among Us. And I just felt really bad for that game. Maybe the Vikings help Scotland to get independent again. May never mess with a Scottish person. They will eat you. I still one day want to wear a kilt. Like, one day I want to wear a kilt just because I can. It also just looks so breezy. Like, fuck pants, give me a kilt. Now I'm really thinking of like, if we ever have a Plant Coaster meetup again, or just a... I think now it would be like a Frontier community meetup, because it's like Planet Zoo and Plant Coaster, but I'm really now thinking like, should I get a kilt? Just saying, but I wear a kilt. Is it like... Is it really as breezy as I assume it is? Because sure, I can assume a lot of things, but is it actually like, you know, as breezy as I think it is? Or like a nice airflow to the... I talked myself into something, didn't I? The gonads. How is it that, Inspector, you have some weird influence on me, because every time you are around, we start talking about gonads. Fuck pants is a weird fetish, Poison. Hey, don't fetish shame me. We all know you get turned on by clipboards. That's why you're called the inspector. I have no idea where that came from. Now I do have the image though of Inspector making out with a clipboard. Hey, I just said I froze outside while running. No, don't shame my clipboard fetish. Yeah, instead of a blow-up doll, Inspector just has like clipboard. But make sure your belt is strong so you don't end up with a naked butt. Are we talking about Inspector's clipboard fetish or are we talking about guilds by this point? Inspector, I wear pants too, but I only wear my kilt when in march in parades. Ah, we're talking about guilds. Now I understand. Again, classic me stream. I have no idea what the chat's talking about, and I bring up 5 million topics. None of them are completely YouTube friendly. But I think half of you guys now just expect for whenever I stream for just chaos, like pure chaos. Nope. Nope. Give me that. Thank you. Don't start doing things that I didn't ask you to do. Because that gets you yeeted out of the window. YouTube friendly when YouTube breaks your chat. Yeah, screw YouTube. This is the second time it happened and it didn't become any less uncomfortable. Poison on it, but when I dip, it's gonna be fun. See? You are the reason. Really just... This just makes me want like a meetup again. Just so much more. Like I will be emotionally uncomfortable because I don't do well with groups, but like meetups are just fun. It's just a bunch of crazy people hanging out together. I'm just going to grab that one. So This tower needs something. It's too plain yet. I'm the reason why. Meetups are fun, definitely. I have just been to one though. You were at the meetup with the lady signer, right? In one of the zoos, I think. Which zoo was it? I've kind of forgotten how many meetups of the lady signer I went to. What? There was one in Rotterdam. There was one that was really far away, and or really far was for me far. And then there was, I think, another one. Yeah, there was the safari park. There was Arnhem, I think, just east, and then Rotterdam. Yeah, Beeksbergen. Oh yeah, that's the time where the safari thing took ages and the lady was stuck there for ages. Fun times. The one where the lady overslept. Overslept, then got stuck in the safari rides. It wasn't the best of days for the lady. But now I really want to know how you would do in a roller coaster. We need to get Inspector into a roller coaster right now. Like, just right now, magically transport the Inspector into a roller coaster. You know, just because. With my magic squirrel powers, it shall be so. Like, Inspector just gets like a tranquilizer dart into his neck and just wakes up in... Let's just put you in Black Mamba in Fantasia Land. Like, that's a good coaster to wake up in. Like, Fantasia Land and a lot of other parks lose it to the Efteling when it comes to theming, but they win without a doubt when it comes to actual coasters. I'm a big coaster fan. Alright, so if you feel a slight prick in your neck, then... yeah. Don't worry too much, just go to sleep. But holy shit, is it intense. I actually find it quite mild. Hey Noir. Or at least, I legitimately once went to Phantasialand with my family, and the first ride we went on to was Black Mamba, and I went on it 2 times because it was just that amazing. You heard it here first. Inspector is fine with being kidnapped. Although that probably doesn't make you like the best of like kidnapping like victims or targets because you're just like, alright, where we're going to. I haven't been on Terran yet. I think when I visited Fantasyland, I think they were working on that. What is it? They were working on another area, I think. Not Terran. They were working on something, but not that coast. It was even before they really started building that one. And I think that the Plan Zoo community once did have a meetup in Fantasyland, but I was just like, I'm not driving that far. Like, I would need to get a hotel then. Like, you guys have fun there. I want some sleep. And, you know, to still have some money left. Chiapas. Come on, there. I don't think I've ever been to a real theme park. We also need to kidnap Beatrice. Like, Beatrice, if you feel a little bit of a sting in the back of your neck, just go to sleep. You will wake up in a coaster. We will make sure of it. Welcome to the kidnapping stream, where we basically tranquilize people and put them on a roller coaster. You're welcome. It would be fun if you like now heard like a mosquito or legitimately felt a little bit of a sting. Like, we're not going to actually kidnap you, but it's like placebo effect. Like, I start talking about you feeling a sting and then you actually do feel something. I've only been to intern words. Hey Poison, why don't you stream on Twitch? Because I think the largest part of my audience is on YouTube, so it's easier for them. And yeah, that's basically the reason. I do have like a Twitch account still, but I think by now it's just there just so that like if it ever changes, but also somewhat a safety net that like nobody is like impersonating me on Twitch. Like, I am not like a big enough channel to be worried about that, but better safe than sorry. Or like that the name gets taken before I get a chance to. So I actually did this on Tumblr as well. Tumblr, I think Snapchat. Basically, when I started the channel, I went to every social media, claimed my name, and just left it. You guys excited for BlizzCon? The only thing I can think of is BlizzCon, which I don't think I play any of the Blizzard games. Also, completely forgot to say hi, Rush. Or Rushette, or names. Like, sometimes I just should stop talking. Like, I think I did like a few rounds of it's like raw shed. Now I just see a shed built out of ham. Like mentally, I just see a shed built out of raw ham. I've been following your Kayan al-Bashar for a while. Yeah, Kayan al-Bashar has been. I think it's now like. How old is Kayan al-Bashar? I think it's like now over a year old. I'm still building on it. Because my PC is not crying yet. Or well, it is, but it's not. Actually, I should probably save. Like I've perhaps, you know, jinxed myself, but I think this style of building, I did know that it, like I think it's, you can find it in like Damascus, like the old parts of Damascus. Like it doesn't really actually need plaster because I think it's actually pretty fine to have like a little bit of like an airflow through the walls. I really appreciate it as an Arab myself. Thank you. Also, and yeah, you don't really see, I think just entirely in Planet Zoo, you don't see a lot of like Arabian or Islamic style buildings. Like a lot of people stay or stick with like the European style buildings. And I'm just like, there's so many opportunities in Planet Zoo. Well, you also have the Indian style buildings, but there's so many great building pieces to make all of these incredible buildings. And then Islamic style is also just in a lot of places really vibrant. It really works well actually in a zoo setting. I think this music is a little bit loud. Yep. And going back into this, there's something missing. I'm hoping for an Islamic Arabian Egyptian pack. Well, the latest clues towards what the next pack is going to be is sadly probably Southeast Asian, like then I just think of Thailand, Indonesia and such. And I think you would, the smartest thing for Frontier to do then is like Arabian Peninsula and not like try and cover everything, because that's how they did it in the past and everybody was like, you have 4 animals for a entire continent when it came to like the South America and the Australia pack. It's just like, you kind of lost yourself there. Maybe go for more like specific areas so that you aren't trying to cover an entire continent with only 4 animals. So if they go that route, I do hope that they are like, I don't know, Iraq back or Arabian Peninsula back, so that to just have smaller areas, so that if 4 animals come out, it's more like, alright, you can like sort of get those areas with just 4 animals, because I don't see Frontier changing gears right now anymore. Just so that, like, I think we will forever now get like that every pack's like 4 animals, maybe a, oh yeah, Iraq pack. I think in a way it's really sad that some places really are just so tied to like basically the, why is it like the bad apple spoils the bunch, that like Iraq, if you look at it, it's a beautiful country, but everybody just thinks, well, they just have this one idea when it comes to certain countries. No, I want this to be a bit different. I said I didn't want to make like a special back wall, but I am doing it because, haven't you heard? Never listen to anything I promise. Excuse me. It's kind of with oh, I'm going to get flagged with this name, ISIS. Because don't forget, Isis is also the Egyptian goddess of healing, and just like a very big thing in the ancient Egyptian mythology, and her name was basically ruined because everybody now associates that name with the group. But yeah, let's go away from this subject because it's a little bit like, like, do you take inspiration from a specific source for Kayan al-Bashar? Yes and no. I basically go around the Mediterranean. So I take inspiration from Istanbul, I take inspiration from Damascus, Baghdad, Iran, but that's more just bigger. Well, just in broader specs, just the eastern side of the Mediterranean and then a little bit of like southern Spain. So none of these buildings are specifically like, oh, this is this city or this is that city. It's more of just like, oh, I found this architecture style which I really like, and I'm going to mix it with this style that I also really like, because this building, actually I'm going to show you guys the reference just so that you guys know how my mind works if I still have the reference up. And the page you were looking for doesn't exist. Great. Damn it. Save image so that I still have the cat on. So this is the reference image I'm using for this building. And you can see it doesn't look anywhere like it. But this is like more like not Victorian, slightly Victorian, a little bit pre-Victorian, I would say. But yeah, you can see like the tower part, but I changed it to be like an entire thing. I think actually, yeah. So it's never that I take inspiration from a lot of places, but also I mix all of those places. And that leads to Kayan al-Bashar style, basically. So it's difficult to say like, oh, this building is completely inspired by this or that. Because in general, all buildings are inspired by everything, basically. Will you ever make an Indian elephant enclosure for Kayan al-Bashar? I am thinking of one. But I can't reveal too much. Because otherwise I spoil it. Like, I gotta keep some secrets. Because otherwise, then you guys just know, and nope. So all I can say is I have ideas for an elephant enclosure. Although I might actually make it an African elephant, because I think it fits more with Kayan al-Bashar. But I'm not quite sure. It's going to be one of the two. But elephants are going to come eventually into Kayan al-Bashar. Same goes for crocodiles, and nobody believes me on this, but penguins. Penguins are also going to come into Kayan al-Bashar. And as soon as people see what I have in mind for the penguin habitat, then they're just like, oh. And it's not that far-fetched of an idea, or at least in my head it isn't, which means it is. Yep, penguins. Penguins in a desert climate. Nothing can go wrong there. Alright, let's remove this because it's really late here, gonna head to bed. Good night, Rochette. Or, yeah, Rochette. Thank you, Rochette. Hope you're going to have a good night's sleep. I'm just going to use these windows again because they work. Again, don't believe Frontier. These are windows. Frontier is lying to you guys. These are windows. I actually want to use them like this. Just because they're a little bit bigger this way. So, 4. But I think we're going to finish this building today. And that's going to be it, because I spent a surprising amount of time on just one building. Although it does have a tower, so you win some, you lose some. These are too many windows. It just feels like it's lacking something in a way. So, and then drag it down lower. Damn it. There you go. Like, am I the only one who feels like this is lacking something? What are we talking about today? Want and destruction, decay, and human suffering? I We talked about how YouTube fucked me over and there was again no chat. Or at least in the preview thing for YouTube, which I normally use, there is like a area that's specific for like, oh, showing you the chat. This is the second time it didn't show anything, so it was that. Also, we talked about coasters and just theme parks, and how Inspector has a fetish for clipboards. You know, yeah, right? YouTube isn't allowed to fuck me. I do that myself. Shouldn't have said that. Now it actually does work. Huge amount of windows, but it does work in a way. I'm gonna be the weird token person, am I? I mean... Yes. And no. Because... I think everybody here is just weird. Like... Everybody here is weird in their own beautiful way. And I love it. Like, I love so that's so far the community that we have built up here is just like, it's random and doesn't take itself too seriously, and I love that. Weird is the new normal. Yes. Alright, how do I make this interesting? I think YouTube fucks everyone. Yes. And streaming wise, YouTube is still not the best place to do that, because even though they attempt to be good at streaming, Twitch is just years ahead of YouTube. Poisonblade, do you remember when we were playing and at one point during the game, one of your fans joined us in game and the audio call and was gushing over you? Yeah. I don't know if you could hear the awkwardness in my voice back then. Because I normally don't, like... I just... like... How can I say this? Like, in a way, I was very happy, of course. Because it was like, oh, somebody that really likes what I put out is here. But then on the other side was just like, yeah, this is kind of awkward, because there are also other people around here, and like, in no way shaming that person, but it was kind of like, yeah, there are also other people here who aren't here to gush about me or talk about me, so maybe we should focus on the game. Like, that's the weird thing. Like, I'm on YouTube, so I am a whore for attention, basically, because otherwise I wouldn't be on YouTube. Like, I'm on YouTube, I love attention, but as soon as I get attention, it's just like, no, go away, go away, go away, go away. Again, not in any way just like, I'm happy that that person was excited to meet me, but it's like I have never encountered something like that before, so I was just like, what do I do? Is this awkward for anyone else? Like, I just didn't know. He's always super sus. Also, I always need to kill you first. Just super hilarious to start asking you questions about your contact during such an intense. Yeah. Also, Among Us was like just like it's the weirdest game to have that happen. Why did I put 2 doors in there? Let's just remove the doors. I don't know how to make this work. I don't think I have any. I could do that, but I don't know if it will work. Because it's the back of a building. Where's the chat? There it is. You target me as well. Don't try and shift it all on me. We are all guilty. Oh, damn it. We just made a mutual pact that if one of us is the imposter, we have to kill the other person first. Like, it doesn't... Like, you can kill Aston, you can kill Heather, but it doesn't count if you didn't kill me first. Also, I still have like, whenever I... Here's the thing, whenever I... Like, I'm a visual-minded person, so I forget the name, but I really quickly attach like a visual to a name, or a visual to a person. So, let's just say that whenever I think of Silver Fox, I think I already told you this, but I now just think of George Clooney. Which isn't a bad thing, but yeah, it just happened. Croc has found his way into the stream. Hide your cookies. Well, then you would be Henry Cavill. Are you Henry Cavill? What do I hear there? Talk about Henry Cavill. You're probably not pronouncing his last name correctly. But when do I ever pronounce a name correctly? Actually, let's go for the full symmetry. Yeah. Isn't it also like he is supposed to be like this giant nerd? That he's just like constantly playing video games and such. I mean, it's really awesome, but it's like you don't expect that. Is Lena here? No, she's hiding her cookies. I think studios look for acts that are quite nerdy and give all into the research and dedication to the character whenever it's a major casting. Maybe. I don't know. Hiding a cookies, please. Well, that's your mind, Silver. But at least we now know where your mind is at. Don't you know this is a very PG channel? No talk about murder, decapitation, sawing your political leaders in half. Like, Also, Silver, I might be like, I am actually somewhat considering this is going to take like a week or something, or like seeing if I can maybe set up a dedicated server for Valheim. I'm not sure because of course I don't know if like Esten and Drew would be okay with that, or would be willing to join then. But it might take like the pressure off of Esten. Was it Henry Cavill, the guy who played Geralt in The Witcher? Yes. He was. Or he is. There's supposed to be like the second season is supposed to drop end of this year, I think. Or was it like postponed because of the pandemic? Sounds awesome, just let me know, whatever you decide is cool with me. I know Esten was considering it. I think I'd be having more fun with Valheim if we got more of our peeps in here. Yes, if we like we get Heather, maybe Bolt and such in Valheim, because as you said, I think like the Geekism server is like full. Damn it. Witcher 2 is currently being filmed just slowly because of COVID. Yes. Because like those kinds of shows, like the amount of crew that they have is just huge. I do hope that like this is in no... Do any of your peeps have Valheim yet? I don't think I've really talked too much about Valheim on my channel or in my Discord. Like, This looks good. This now looks a little bit weird. Like this needs to be broken up with something. Like this is too much repetition. But I think if I set up like a dedicated server, I will probably like, you know, as I said, like Heather, you, maybe Bolt if we can get her into it. I'm also, this is in no way against Jonty or Drew, but they really play a lot. Like I saw stone buildings and I was just like, how did you guys get this? Because you guys were talking about going into the swamp a few days ago and now you have stone buildings, which, like, it's hard keeping up with them. And I'm just there for like the building, like I like the resource gathering, but I take it a lot more slow, so that means that I also, like, I'm just a little bit slower with those things. So if I ever like set up a dedicated server, like I won't be like rushing things. And I know that like they have like they want to get up for the building and everything. It's just that, yeah, I just play the game a little bit slower. Like I just added the basement to my never mind, shouldn't have said that. Wait, actually you guys can't see it because I don't stream while I'm. No, that doesn't work. Like this needs something to break it up, but I don't know what. Oh dear, Mr. Squirrel Lord, how are you? I'm doing well. I need to figure out what to do with the back. Like this below bit, that's okay. It's just this is so much repetition. That's I need to get some ideas for how to do that. But that's the thing, like with this style of building, or like this is inspired basically by Victorian, Edwardian, I think, style, like London townhouses, which they do have a lot of repetition, those buildings. But this is just a bit too much. But yeah, I am thinking of maybe occasionally streaming some Valheim. Because, like, I don't have a problem with being on my own. Not like anybody suspects that I would have a problem with being on my own. Like, I can enjoy the game solely on my own. I won't be able to, like, fight bosses and such. But with the biome and style, it looks like you're making a building in Red Dead Redemption. I have never played one of the Red Dead Redemption games. Like, I also have never played any Zelda games or anything of that matter. No. It's all shooting and murder with cowboys. Yeah, but I can't shoot for shit. That's the thing. Like, give me a sword and I'm happy. Like, I think you might have noticed this also in fall. I'm like, I almost never use my bow. Or, wait, actually, you probably didn't notice because I don't show it. Well, maybe unlike some of Drew's streams. But, like, I almost never use my bow. Just because, like, I can't aim for shit. I'm trying to add more materials into this. The only times when we saw you on stream is when you're digging out that hillside for the cart. Yeah. And just like I like just being on my own there. Like I have 3 bases. Like you guys only saw the murder fortress. Can I actually just... But there are 3 Poisonblade bases. One of them is just a peaceful farm. Well, peaceful's a big word. Let's just say it's still in the Black Forest. It's on another island, but it's just a farm. No. Just the ones nearest to these. It's probably somehow a murder farm. Well, it's in the Grey or the Black Forest, so there's a lot of dwarves coming to that place, which means that it is, in a way, a graveyard. Yeah, I think this is going to be it. Like, the front is always going to be the show-stopping piece. Especially with this, like, building, like, the back is there. Save it before I lose it, because that's something that tends to happen. But we added 1 building to the roster of buildings for the suburbs. And then we have some smaller buildings for the actual farming lands. But yeah, I might start streaming Valheim occasionally. I don't know if I will stream tomorrow, but like I don't feel like streaming Plant Zoo tomorrow, so maybe tomorrow I will stream some Valheim, but I don't know. We will see what happens tomorrow. And I should also tomorrow start working on the video for the penguin habitat in Valhalla, because I've been sitting on that footage for a while and I want to clean up my PC. So I need to get that one out. So I'm just going to stop the music. But yes, I'm going to end the stream here because it's close to 10 p.m. and I need to still get up tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. So I will probably almost never do a really late night stream, or at least for me late night, because If I'm correct, silver for you is like 6 hours earlier in the day. But yeah, thank you guys all for being here. Even though YouTube tried to fuck me over again, luckily this time, well, I still only figured it out a half hour into the stream. But yeah, all of you guys, hopefully have an amazing day. Bye bye.